Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Lauren Johnson of South Lyon East Volleyball. Well, for a couple more days, and then it's on to Wazoo. More on that later. But Lauren, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me.
No problem. So I got to ask you, how was this season for you?
Oh, it was just crazy. There was a lot of ups and downs, I would say. We kind of went through a lot of adversity throughout the year. And it was just crazy to be a senior. I feel like I've worked for years just to get to that point and just being a leader on the team. So it was a lot of fun.
Just for people that may not, know volleyball, what position do you play, and just kind of describe what it does for people that may not know.
Yeah, so I'm a middle blocker, which means I play mostly only front row. I would serve sometimes, but basically my main goal is just to block all the hitters and I get kills, I block, and then I was also a captain on the team, so leadership was a big role for me, but yeah.
Yeah. So really, just overall, what were some of the things you wanted to accomplish this season, just from as a team, and then just as an individual player?
At the beginning of the season, we had some team goals of just creating a positive atmosphere. We've had a lot of coaching changes throughout the 4 years that I've been at East. So one thing that we really wanted to build was just that like dynamic community family feeling within the program. And so we really tried to incorporate that throughout the season and just focus on like even the JV and freshman team below us and just like incorporating them into things as well. And then as a team, our main goal was to get past districts and to beat Northville, and we wanted to get as far as we could and just not go down without a fight. And then for me personally, I really just wanted to soak it all in. This is my last time playing volleyball before I went to college. So, lots of memories have been made at East, and I was just excited to play with the people that I've been with for so many years.
Okay, some of the best memories you've had playing volleyball.
Yes, let's see. At East, I would definitely say my top memory and one that's, like, ingrained in my brain is my sophomore year. We played Lakeland, who at that time was, like, our biggest rival in terms of, like, competition in our conference, and we went to 5 sets with them. It was our pink out game, and it was at home, so it was a big game. We went to 5 sets, and we ended up beating them, and I remember, like, the last point we won, Gabby got an ace, and we all crashed into the court and, like, dogpiled, and yeah, that's one that I will never forget.
Yeah. Obviously, a lot of people are going to remember the senior class for
Mhm.
volleyball. I mean, three of you are going to play for going to big time colleges to play volleyball.
Mhm.
What will the senior class be remembered for, you think?
I think just our drive and our competitiveness, that's one thing that we all agreed that we really bring to the team is, like, we wanted to be there not just to have fun, but to win and to work hard, and I think every day at practice, we really tried to emphasize on that, and, like, one thing that we really focused on was just, like, being loud and, like, communication. That was, like, I think what the seniors were the best at was just trying to get the court to talk and get everybody more connected.
Yeah, and the biggest thing also is, what will you most remember about, playing for South Line East Volleyball, and also, what does volleyball mean to you?
Yeah, for sure. I would definitely say in terms of just South Line East, like the thing that I will never forget is the connections I made along the way. Like even just starting off as a freshman, I already had friends just before the school year had even started because we had like summer practices and open gym and stuff. And like most of my close friends came from volleyball and came from the East program. So that's definitely just like one thing that I think is always important with sports is just making those connections. And then, for me, it's just like growing as a person. I grew so much throughout my high school experience, and I just became such a better player with the coaches and the people that I was playing around. So,
Okay, so it's this I'm asking you all these things because this is you are heading to Washington State to continue your volleyball career, but this is also your last week of high school. Um,
yes.
yeah, I know you only have 2 days left at time of recording. Um,
Mhm.
I know you're going all the way across the country. Um, but first, talk about Washington, going to Washington State. What sold you on what sold you over there?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I would say that my recruiting process was a little bit different than at least the people that I've been playing with for the last couple years. And I mean, one thing that was tough for me was just trying to find the right fit. So when I was like going to other schools, I would visit it and I said, "Oh, like this is nice and like the coaches are nice or the campus is nice," but it just didn't feel right. And then the second I stepped onto Washington State's campus, it just felt like home and I knew that's where I needed to be. So, yeah, just the people really drew me there and the coaching staff and the team as well.
Yeah, I know obviously, the teams and everything is Washington State has of course has gone through so many change. Well, actually the conference has, just
Yeah.
with all the conferences and teams moving around and stuff like that. But the Pacific
Mhm.
Northwest, what kind of sold you out there? And you're gonna have to be saying goodbye to a lot of people in the next few days.
Yeah, I mean, it's been rough. School especially, it really started to like hit this week just because I'm kind of done with my classes for the most part. So my grades are done, so I'm kind of just there to like say my goodbyes and really just like soak it all in. So that's been tough, but I do have a couple more weeks and I'm really just looking forward to spending time with my family and friends before I leave.
Yeah. Obviously, I think those are probably going to be your family's probably the toughest goodbye that you'll have. Obviously,
Mhm.
they'll be out there for games and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
what's going to be the feeling like being so far away from home? I mean, you're traveling four times, I think at least three time zones away
Yeah.
from where you live. So completely across the country from Michigan to all the way to Washington.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I never expected myself to go all the way across the country for college. It wasn't even a thought that crossed my mind. But now that it's here, I'm so excited, but also so nervous at the same time. It's just a really cool opportunity, especially to go early. Like, not many athletes get to do that. So I'm really just trying to remind myself of that and be grateful for the opportunity. But at the same time, it is so far away. It's like a 30-hour drive if I was to drive, and it usually ends up being about like a 10-hour travel day when I fly, so it's a trek to get out there, but, I can't wait.
Yeah. When are you when so things you want to accomplish in these last few weeks before you head out there?
Yeah, I would say just spending time with the people I care about, like, my family, obviously, it has been my biggest supporters all since growing up and just through my volleyball career, and I can't thank them enough for that, so just really cherishing the time that I do have left here with them, and then my friends as well have been some of my bigger supporters too, so, yeah, just quality time.
And I know you're obviously not the only East volleyball player that's going to be dealing with this. I know Addison's got to do
Mhm.
similar things, and she's kind of going to. I mean, she's going to Fresno State, but still jumping three time zones and stuff.
Yeah.
Are you two kind of getting through this together in a way?
Yes, we are. I mean, so South Lyon East, as far as I've heard, hasn't had any athletes or students in general graduate early. So we're kind of the first ones kind of paving the way for hopefully other athletes to follow in our footsteps. But yeah, it's been hard just in terms of like getting our classes done and having enough credits to graduate. It's been a lot, but our counselors have been a big help. And yeah, we're really grateful for them.
Yeah, and a lot of people realize that East has not been around that long. So
Yeah.
I know it's been around for quite a bit, but it's not been around as far as high schools dating back to 100 years ago and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's and they got that first. You always want to be the first one. So I mean,
Yeah.
sharing it. Yeah, it's you and Addison, but it's you two are the first ones. So that's it's got to be something special.
Yeah.
But Lauren, thank you so much for the time as always, and congrats on a great high school volleyball career, and best of luck at Washington State.
Thank you so much for having me.